Mayor de Blasio joins us now to announce what they have decided in terms of the contracts that the president has with the city. Mr. Mayor, welcome back to the show. What's the story?
Mika, here to announce that the city of New York is severing all contracts with the Trump Organization. Our legal team has done an assessment, and the contracts make very clear if a company, and the leadership of that company, is engaged in criminal activity, we have the right to sever the contract. Inciting an insurrection. Let's be clear. I'm going to say these words again. Inciting an insurrection against the United States government clearly constitutes criminal activity. So the city of New York will no longer have anything to do with the Trump Organization. They have profited from these contracts. They will profit no longer.
So tell us about these contracts that you're cutting right now. What's the magnitude of these contracts? What do they cover? And what will it take to actually execute what you are saying right now?
Right now, the Trump Organization profits about $17 million a year from these contracts. They cover 4 different sites, 3 in Manhattan, 1 in the Bronx, different entertainment sites. And look, it's quite clear. The President of the United States directed a mob to attack the U.S. Congress during the Electoral College vote. I mean, even saying the words, Mika, it's almost impossible to believe, but it's criminal activity. And so it's very clear. I mean, the lawyers looked at it. It was just as clear as a bell. That's grounds for severing these contracts, and we're moving to do that right away.
Mayor de Blasio, it's Willie Geist. Let me ask you, if we take a step back, for example, the Trump Links course at Ferry Point, which we've all seen when you cross the Whitestone Bridge sitting there. Why, to begin with, is a Trump Organization golf course funded by taxpayers?
Look, I can safely say this was a decision made in the Bloomberg administration. It's certainly not a decision I would have made. But they're not going to profit from it anymore. We're going to sever those ties. By the way, I'm not alone. The PGA made a decision that they were not going to have golf tournaments, major tournaments at Trump golf courses. Our contract with the Trump Organization says they have to host major tournaments. They're not going to be able to do that anymore, obviously, because the PGA has said this is unacceptable. So I think you're going to see a lot of this kind of domino effect because of the president aiding and abetting an insurrection. But that actually is a deal that should never have been made in the first place, in my view, and you're not going to see anything like that going forward in New York City.
So obviously you're going to get pushback from the Trump Organization. You'll probably hear publicly from President Trump himself about this. What are the challenges as you try to unwind some of these deals, like the one at the Woolman Rink in Central Park, where a lot of people go ice skating, or at the Central Park Carousel? Where do you see challenges in actually getting this done?
Look, Willie, we're going to get new vendors to take over. And what's obvious is these are sites that we want to continue serving the public, but not with an organization led by a criminal. So we will get new vendors to come in and take them over quickly. I want to see the service continue. Of course, we know the history of the Trump Organization. They'll likely challenge us in court, but we're on strong legal ground. We're very clear about that.
All right, Mr. Mayor, just while we have you here, we've been talking a lot about the vaccine and the rollout and just how long this is all going to take. What is the New York City story as it pertains to delivering the vaccine to people who so very much need it?
Mika, look, here's the bottom line. We've given now over 250,000 doses. We're moving very quickly. This week, we are projected to give about 175,000, 1 million doses in the month of January. My problem now is I'm not getting enough doses from the federal government and from the manufacturers. We're going to run out as early as next week. I want you to understand this. Our pace is picking up quickly. So many people want this vaccine. Now that it's finally open to our senior citizens, so many people want it. Our problem now is if we don't get resupplied much more amply by the end of next week, we're going to run out.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.